Good morning, everyone. This is Beth Rickliffs with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I'm a life insurance sales director here at IAMS. Today, I'm just going to go over some things that you have access to on the IAMS website. I am a life insurance director, so most of it will be pertaining things that you can find on our website regarding life insurance, but I'll point out a few annuity things as well. Before I get started, I just want to do a quick intro to IAMS. I can see some of the names turning up. I recognize some of them. I recognize that it looks like we have some new agents to us as well. So this is just a quick intro to IAMS and why you want to place your business with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. With new producers or new contracted producers with IAMS, we want to give you a head start to doing business with us. So we have different levels of production that if you hit that in the first 6 months, we will have different prizes and payouts for those levels. The levels that you see on your screen right now. Oh, wait a minute. I might not be sharing my screen. Let me make sure I'm doing that. I apologize. So we have the new producer builder levels. These are annuity numbers. So for every 100,000, 250, 500, 750, and $1 million of annuity premium, there are different payouts in the first 6 months for business. We don't leave life insurance out of that equation. The levels for life insurance are going to be 10,000, 25, 50, 75, and 100,000 of life target premium to reach the same prizes, and it can be a combination of production as well. We also want to promote business building for ourselves and for you as well. Your business is not much different than ours, and that referrals are our best source of producers that we can work with. And as a thank you to you, anybody that you refer to us would be a $50 one-time bonus when you refer an agent to be contracted with us. In addition to that, you will see referrals, commission for their business that they're writing with us. For life, that's 0.15, MIGA 0.10, single premium life 0.075, and index annuity 0.20. That's not a haircut on their commissions or your commissions. That's just an added bonus for referring them. We also offer marketing reimbursement for the production that you do, and that's all the time that you're doing business here with IAMS. For every 100,000 of index annuity premium, we're going to give you a marketing reimbursement of $100. We give you 200 for every 100,000 of SPL and 200 for every 10,000 of target. We offer back office support from business building tools and resources that you'll see on our website that we're going to go over today. Case design assistance when it comes to talking to any of the directors on the annuity or life insurance side. I'm going to show you today how we get forms at your fingertips off of our website as well. We manage business from the moment that you call us with case design to submission all the way through the underwriting process until you get paid. And then even after commissions, we offer support when it comes to servicing the business, whether it comes, in the form of changing beneficiaries or any kind of policy changes that you might need. We'll go over the life quoting tool today. We have top sales expertise and coaching, and the wonderful paperless contracting to make ease of business, especially with just-in-time carriers, that you can pick out a carrier and write business the same day. So today we're going to talk about IAMSinc.com, www.IAMSinc.com. We will go over together several nice features on the website that you can start utilizing today. If you haven't registered already for the website, you're going to want to get that done. We did just within the last few months start a two-factor login system for security reasons for you and for us. So you'll, but that's very much like any other carrier that you're working with today, that they have those security measures in place. So everything here on the list will pretty much go through all of that when we get to the website. There's a few ways to do online business with us. Firelight is going to be more for the annuity side of things, for your annuity apps, although we are transitioning to a platform of Luma, which is going to be much more robust in submitting annuity business and offer a lot more features to track your business. iPipeline is what we use mostly on the life insurance side of things. There's a few things on Firelight, but most everything else is on iPipeline. And Sunfire is for our Medicare business. Here's kind of the list of annuity carriers that are on Firelight and the few companies that are on Life. Again, we are transitioning to Luma, so that should be a quicker and easier process for you. We have turnkey solutions when it comes to our creative marketing team. We have a wonderful team of individuals that help create marketing solutions for you as an agent, from professionally written letters, handouts, postcard, newsletters, logo design, websites, anything that you can think of. But the best part about it is that they're all trained in the financial service arena. So none of this is recreating the wheel. If anybody were to go out to their own, marketing team and try to create what we already have in-house, there's a big learning curve to explain how the financial industry works, especially with compliance and things like that. So there's hours and hours and hours of training and expertise behind our creative team that makes it a huge benefit to any of our agents. Plus, you can use all your marketing dollars to get into those plans, which is a win-win for everybody. If you're wanting to complete your circle of different revenue systems that you can have in your business, life, long-term care, disability, annuity, Medicare, the one piece left is wealth management and managing money. And we have IAMS Wealth Management, which has been pretty key for us. And the wonderful thing about IAMS Wealth Management is we can handle experienced business as well as somebody that is wanting to be getting into this line of business, from passing tests and all of those types of things to start a relationship with IAMS Wealth Management. If that's something that you're interested in, you definitely need to reach out to us and talk about the wonderful things that IAMS Wealth Management does. Throughout the year, we conduct life and annuity academies. Our last one for this year is September, so if that's something that you're interested in going to, you're going to want to reach out to either your life marketer or your annuity marketer to get signed up for that training. It's a 2-day training that includes annuities and life. More importantly, you're going to hear from top producers, large case design. Furthermore, there's about 35 attendees that go from all over the nation, and that's a great benefit too, to get to rub elbows with agents from around the country and learn about their business and see what you can implement into yours. Again, if you'd like to attend that and look for upcoming dates for next year, please reach out to one of your sales directors. You can always follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn. And with that, I will get started with the website. Let's see here. So again, it's just www.iamsinc.com. The blue button to the right, register, is where you're going to want to get registered if you haven't already. Again, you're going to do the two-factor authority there to get to be able to have access. It's a multi login system to make sure that everybody is protected. It's very similar to any life insurance carrier, annuity carrier that you've used to get on their website. They will ask for a code, every 3 or 4 days to make sure the login is correct. So don't be alarmed by that. And the first thing that you're going to see is home, which is a lot of the things that we just went over, talking about Luma, which is our new platform that's going to be replacing Firelight, sales guides. We're going to talk about IAMS Academies. You can get to our YouTube channel. More importantly, we've got this trek to Quebec, which is our producers trip for the next year. It's an 18-month qualification period. So you'll want to take a look at that. Why IAMS? We've got our incentives, who our directors are, all of that good stuff under Why IAMS. Most importantly, and where we're going to start, is product. So you can see that if you go to products, you've got the annuity tab, life, everything that you can think about there. So if we go to annuities, you're going to have some MIGA rates up here for your access, quote requests, application uploads. There should be more than that on there. I don't know if there's something wrong with my access on that. Then we've got single premium life. We do a fair amount of single premium life insurance sales, and you can go to the single premium comparison sheet. I get a lot of questions on single premium. If you want to utilize this spreadsheet, it should tell you the minimums, the ages, what kind of underwriting requirements, even the rating of the carrier. Senior health, that's going to be more for our Medicaid, or Medicare, I should say, Medicare clients. If you're working on Medicare, Ana Sanchez is our director there. Form search, which you're going to find this in a lot of different places. Don't be alarmed if you see this little mark here. If you give it some time, it will load, and you should be able to start a new search and be able to load up on those forms. But we're going to go to life insurance. There's several tabs here on the life. Oh, I know why it's not working. It's because I need to log in. So this is how it will look when you log in. I've already done this, the two things for the code there. So I'm going to hit send me a code by my email. I will get that code real quick. Let's see here. Okay, sorry about the delay there. So going back to the annuity one, because I think there were some icons missing on that. Now you can see the Luma Firelight, get information on index and fixed products, MIGA, income riders, their form search, which should work just like the life insurance. Quote requests, this is a great way here on the annuity and the life insurance side to request quotes. If we go to the life insurance side of things, here are our icons. So The first one is American National. So if you write anything with American National, it needs to be done with that portal. IGO EAP, like I said, is going to be where most of the life insurance is submitted. Term and GUL quotes, we'll go over that quite a bit further in a minute. Same with the final expense. You can upload applications. The life quote request is really important. That asks all the pertinent questions for us to get you a quote. It goes to the life marketing team. This is especially important if your life marketer is maybe out for the day. If you do this, it gets to the whole marketing team so that we can work on those quotes for you. The disability proposal request is super important too. Disability is a little bit harder to quote than life insurance because there's a lot of different factors that make a difference on what the rate is, such as occupation class and things like that. If you fill out the portal, the request there, that'll eliminate a lot of back and forth conversation on which company we need to go with based on the occupation. The form search, we'll go over that in a minute. You can get your product information, underwriting requirements, health screening questionnaire. If you have a situation where you've got some medical information and you don't know how you would rate that, this is a great link to go through, answer the medical questions so that we can start pre-screening. I can tell you some of these, once some of the questions are answered on the pre-screen, we'll follow up with maybe a more in-depth questionnaire that we need to ask. For example, if somebody had heart disease or diabetes, we have specific questionnaires that we will give you, or you can call into marketing and ask us for that as well. This underwriting guide is awesome. I know that it is a large document. There's 266 pages, and some people, when I tell them to go to this, kind of ignore it after they know that there's 266 pages. But it's really actually easy to find stuff in here. If you use the Control F feature here, and let's see, we want to find diabetes. It'll go right to the question or to the different things that you need to know. Here, of course, there's still 154, so you could narrow that down with like type 1 or type 2. If you had a heart attack, you could type that in too. I had one with sickle cell anemia. I found all the questions here on that just using the control find. If you have problems with it though, just let us know on the marketing side. We can look it up for you real quickly. So we'll go through the term quote engine first. We can quote term and guaranteed universal life on there. So you'll click the icon. You're going to have to click again on the quote tool. Simple stuff, name, date of birth. It's really better to put the date of birth because, as you know, term and any life insurance product may be age nearest or age last. So you want to make the date of birth is the best way to search for it so that you don't get the wrong rates on whether it's age nearest or age last. You pick your state. Really, all 50 states are the same on rate with exception of New York. And then we're going to pick term. So you just pick your term. You can pick multiple ones. I know some of you have used this before, so this might be a little bit boring, but you can pick multiple years. We're just going to pick 20 years. We can do straight term. We can do term with simplified issue. So if you need something that is definitely simplified issue, that's not going to do a medical, that'll search for the simplified issue. And then you've got your guaranteed universal life products too. Remember that price breaks for term and pretty much any product are 100, 250, 500, and $1 million. You can get the face amounts as low as 25 on this system, but the cost per thousand is going to be a lot higher than if you just go to 100, so you always want to test that out. Also, some face amount or some risk class are not available under 100,000. So if you go to 75,000, 50 or 25 and you ask for preferred, you may not find anything because some of those companies may only offer standard rates if it's under 100,000. So that's one of the tricks there as well. There's a rider section. I don't have a lot of people asking me for accidental death, but it is on an option: waiver of premium, return of premium. There's really just two products that will show up for that, and that should be Cincinnati Life and Assurity. We do have a third one, so keep that in mind, and that's Illinois Mutual. They just don't happen to be on this platform. And then you've got your child term rider. If you add any of those riders, it will show up on the quote that you did add it, and sometimes they'll even say how much the cost of the rider is. And then you've got your health classes. Standard health class, you've got your best class, second, third. If you pick Standard Plus, though, I'd always pick Standard with it because some companies do not have a Standard Plus. So if you pick Standard Plus, only the companies with Standard Plus are going to show up. And sometimes companies with a standard rate have a better rate than Standard Plus. And then you've got your typical standard, preferred tobacco, and standard tobacco. You can rate these cases. So let's just pick standard non-tobacco. You can put a rating of table A all the way down to table J. You can put a flat extra on there for a number of years if you need to. Another thing with the standard and the standard plus is if there's a company that you know said they, let's say, give you a table 3 on this and they don't show up, another trick is to try standard plus. Some companies that offer standard plus only do their ratings off of standard plus and not standard. So that might be one of the reasons they're not showing up. So we'll just go to look at the quote. This is going to give you absolutely everything as far as the companies that are available at the amount, the length of term that you wanted, all of that. If you go to download here, this will give you 3 different ways of saving the PDF. A listed report is just going to list out all the companies like this. If you do a comparison, sorry, it's thinking here. It will look like this, but this is all the companies, so this one's going to look a little obnoxious because if you keep scrolling, it just has more and more of the ledgers. I wouldn't present this to a person like this. I would narrow it down, but you can, do more of a list type of option. And then you've got your detail report, which I don't send this out normally. I wouldn't send it out normally to a client, but I do send it to advisors sometimes because it gives more detail to you as the agent as to convertibility, what are the underwriting requirements, and those types of things that are really important. You can narrow down by just clicking on here, and then those will be the only ones that show up in whatever report you pick. A couple of companies that I normally do not quote are Principal, which they're not showing up right here because I picked a $100,000 death benefit, but Principal is very competitive. They only do business cases, so I normally take them off the spreadsheet. And then John Hancock, I normally don't quote unless I'm asked to because they have that oh gosh, I'm going to forget the name, their vitality program, and they include that in the quote, so it could be a little bit misleading as far as what the base rate is on that. I prefer to quote that on their software and pick and choose whether or not we are going to put vitality on that product. Going back here, if you're ever questioning height and weight, instead of entering health class, you can enter a height and weight profile. So if I have someone 5'6" and they're 250, and I want to know kind of what table rating that's going to be, I can use this tool to find out. And you can see that like banner would still be standard. Protective is a table 2. Here's some table C's. And if somebody isn't showing up, I can see that this is going to be somewhere between a 2 and a 4 on the outside. So that gives me an idea with other companies who to investigate and see where they are on a height and weight chart. The other thing it can do is if you if you're smoking cigarettes, obviously, or tobacco user, you do need to be a non-tobacco user for at least 12 months before a carrier will consider you non-tobacco. And that usually includes things like chewing, even, vaping, the patch, gum, anything like that, that you have to be 12 months free of nicotine before you can get a non-tobacco rate. Cigars is a little bit different story. Most carriers have a limit on what you can use for cigar use throughout the year. It's usually 1 or less a month, and you can't test positive for nicotine. But if it was somebody that was chewing or vaping is tobacco no matter what, maybe they use nicotine gum and anything like that, you can go here and say that they currently use, what do they use? They're using a pipe, how many per day, let's say 2, and then it will give you the ones that will give a non-tobacco rate, which usually is Prudential and Lincoln. Sorry, this is, yeah. So Prudential is top. Lincoln didn't show up because it's got to be 250 or better. But any of the companies that would be a non-smoker, Banner's the cheapest tobacco user, but that's also $300 difference, which is a huge deal. So you might want to pick a carrier with those off tobacco usage to see if we can get them a better rate. GUL, that's pretty easy. Again, something under 100,000 you want to, and you think they're preferred, definitely run the standard 2 because not all the carriers will show up. In particular, Protective won't, and a lot of times their standard is cheaper than the preferred rate that other carriers are offering. You can click the maturity level or maturity age, like I want it guaranteed to 85 or 105 or even 121. If you have somebody in that higher level age where they want a longer length term, maybe 20, 30 year, and they can't because they've aged out, chances are you can pair it up with a GUL and get them the coverage they need for that period of time. So that's part of the reason for the different maturity levels there. And I think that's everything that I would cover on the quoting engine for you. The next thing I would talk about is iPipeline, which the majority of your applications are going to get submitted this way. You just click on so if you went to products to life, you go to iGo eApp Solutions, hit the iGo part. And a lot of you will have probably seen something that looks like this page before, because a lot of website or different companies use it on their website. But you'll start it. Well, first, first of all, if you sign up with IAMS, you're already signed up with IGO EAP Solutions. The first thing that you'll want to change is this welcome button, and you'll hit your profile, and then you can enter all of your information, so your address and things like that show up on things for you. But we'll start a new case. Last name, first name, male, female, the state that you're in, product type. This is what's going to narrow down the companies. So if you're looking at Index Universal Life, you would think the obvious choice would be I go to Index Universal Life. However, it's not always the case. So Index Universal Life and Universal Life only has Universal Life on it, but sometimes the index products are under Universal Life. Term's going to be term. Whole life, sometimes you'll find final expense under here. I think Living Promise is under the whole life carrier. However, there's a final expense one, and that's where we find Transamerica. So the point of me saying that is if you don't find it where you think you should find it, look in the categories or call us and let us know, and we might say, oh, actually, that one is found under a different category. So you can see final expense. We have way more final expense in this, but Transamerica is the only one that shows up under final expense. And there's pre-qualifying questions like in this one, if I answer yes to anything in this particular product, I can't move on. And then you'll just start filling out the application. Everything in yellow needs to be entered before you can go on. They all pretty much look like this. They're going to have different questions that you have to answer depending on the product and the carrier. You'll go all the way to the end, and then you can submit your application on IGO EAP. The other thing to note is there's a couple of carriers that you can, if you'll notice on our website, we're only allowed to do term, GUL quotes, final expense. I'll go through that briefly in a minute. But you won't see really our IULs or anything like that on our website. North American and One America are two companies that you can quote on our system. By the way, all of your cases are saved, so I can go right back here to my cases and saved. I can change the product. I want to go to Index Universal Life now. And if I go down to North American, to the Builder Plus or any of the ones there, this actually directs me to their quoting engine, and so I could quote there. One America, which is one of our hybrid policies, you'll be able to see their quote engine as well. We used to be able to see F&G. I haven't been able to see that. If you want more access to UL, IUL, whole life, WinFlex is a good option, and you would need to reach out to one of your life insurance marketers to help you get access with that. Or, of course, you can always ask us to run the quotes, and we can do that for you. But I did want to mention that you could run North American, and you can run One America. Last thing that I'll go on the life side here is that you can, this isn't the most reliable, but it will give you quick numbers on final expense. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned I'm clicking on this CSG final expense quote engine. Run quote. Because this is kind of Medicare based, they ask for a zip code. Final expense, usually it doesn't matter what the zip code is. But you'll need the zip code. Then you'll do the age, female, male, tobacco or non-tobacco, what the face amount is, and then Level death benefit, we'll start with that. Full underwriting, people get confused about this and they just stop. That does not mean blood and urine and all of those things. Full underwriting just means that they'll ask more medical questions, like for a simplified issued policy, but it is non-medical. And they'll pull reports like MIB, prescription drug report, those types of things. That's what they mean by full underwriting. Guaranteed means guaranteed. It's, as long as you can fog a mirror and sign for yourself, you can get a guaranteed policy. And then you've got different options here. You can pick all. If we just wanted a level death benefit, we could pick that, or we could do all that are fully underwritten, all that have a time frame of a 20 or 30-year period, or 357. Modified return of premium. You've got single premium on there too. So for your simplified underwriting, I'd pick all and full underwriting. I'll give this a minute to think. And that'll start out with your cheaper options and go all the way to your more expensive options. You can click on these and see, or you can click them just like we did on the term quote engine, and here's your PDF. If I hit the PDF right now, it only show these three companies. If they're all in red, it's going to show all of them. Let's see. Oh, there's your compare button, and then I think you can. Oh, maybe not. If you can, again, male, female, you can change the age, you can change the face amount. Most of the guaranteed options don't write above $20,000 face amount. So if you try to do 25 and you don't see very many options, it's probably because the death benefit is too high. We have a lot of simplified that will go up to 50,000. Most of them will go up to 40. We do have some carriers that go beyond that. They don't happen to be on the final expense quoting engine. And if you are wanting a guaranteed issue, then you need to, I would still keep it on all, but I would go to guaranteed. And then I'd press this get quote button. And then you're going to see American General. Gerber is not on here. We can't put them on here because they have a separate product that's limited distribution, and it was a little confusing for people, so it's not on here, but we can always give you the Gerber rate card. And then Great Western, which they're actually getting ready to come out of the market, I think August 1st. And we can find more than guaranteed issue. The purpose of this was really just to show you some different options on how to find the final expense and at least get a number or get an idea of the premium. Of course, direct it to your life insurance sales director if you need more information on that. The forms, like I said, don't be alarmed by this. It'll pop up eventually, and then you can find your forms. So you can download applications, you can get an ETF or EFT form, you can find height and weight charts. They'll show up in here, but if you don't go into forms, you can also go to underwriting on this tab and find underwriting requirements or even height and weight charts, etc. That is probably, products, you can find product information, product brochures. It's going to be a lot like the system for underwriting and forms as far as finding those brochures, but you can always ask us. We're happy to email them out to you. And the last thing that I wanted to cover is our support tab. So here's a lot of different sales ideas that you can get. If you ever see a drop down and you're like, there should be more options there, it means that you're not fully logged into IAMSinc.com and you'll want to make sure you're logged in. But we've got production builders, marketing programs that you can utilize, creative service, like we talked about in the intro slides. You can get to them there. This is my favorite. It's the Sales Resource Library. And you can pretty much find any topic that you want here. Let's see. Although it doesn't seem to be populating for me right now. Oh, here we go. Let's try it again. Well, I'm not sure what's going on here, but here's kind of a synopsis of the things that you can find, and you can spend a long time in here finding all kinds of different things. There's PowerPoint presentations. You can do calculators to find 72T. There are referral lead generators. There's ways to do like cold call lists on here. You can find lists in your zip code and what you're looking for. Workbooks, concept sheets, like if you want an explanation of what a buy-sell agreement is, or key man insurance, or Section 162, all of those things are on here. Great fact finders, or things like getting your house in order. I know that's a great way to stir up business, is helping somebody get their financial house in order and put that together for them. So I would spend some time on this area because you will find a lot of great ideas in here. You can request supplies here, or you can always ask us. We've got the access, well, not access to Stonewood software, but but you can get information on Stonewood, retirement analyzer, and elevate your sales EQ. These are some great videos on generating you and are helping with sales ideas and insurance in general. A few of them are more annuity based, but we've got a few life insurance ones in there too. That's worth spending some time at as well. That's really all I have today. And if you have more questions on the website, if it is geared more towards annuities, I'd reach out to an annuity marketer. If it's life related, then of course you can reach out to me, Paul, Stefan, or John. Our number is 800-255-5055. The last thing I'll do is there's some polling questions. I'll ask those real quick. The first is if you'd like some more information of upcoming life and annuity academies. The next is, would you like some more information on IAMS Wealth Management? And the last is, would you like more information on the topic discussed today? Well, thank you everyone for spending your Monday with me. I look forward to hearing from all of you. Here on the life insurance side, we'd love to earn your business if you're not writing life with us yet already, and show you the magic that we have over here with the life marketing. Again, our phone number is 800-255-5055, and have a great week.